All right, hello. This will be the demo video for our application for our final project in Android programming. Our app's title is Classis Gradus, and our main feature is called Voluntold. I'm Nathan Raleigh, and my partner for this project was Mark Tompkins. Okay, so our application is kind of made for a business or a team within an organization or another business. And there are two main types of users that will be using this application. We'll have a manager, or in our terms, a task master, and then we'll also have users, and that'll be team members that will be assigned tasks. You'll notice that we have two devices, one on the left and one on the right. The left device will be used as a taskmaster device. This will be a manager of a team that will run lotteries assigning tasks randomly to users. And the right device will be a user of that team. It'll make more sense as we go further in the demo. We're running the application right now, and you'll notice that we're on the home page and the logo's turning from black to green as we've confirmed a connection to our backend. Our backend is some APIs and a database that we've created to store and access our tasks. Also, you'll notice that there's quotes on the bottom of both of the home pages, and this is just a quote API that will pull a fun and random business related quote. Here on the left side, we're going to start creating a user. We're going to create a user by typing in their unique ID and then also typing in their name. And for the left side, we'll be selecting a task master and registering that user as a taskmaster. You'll notice as we click the register button, a hash key will be populated in the registration status. This is confirmation that the backend is working, and our API has created this hash key, storing it in the database, and it'll signify that that user is that user on that device. Now we're going to be doing the same on the right device. This will be a user and team member. We're going ahead and creating the name and registering. Now that we're back on our home page and logged in, we're going to go over to the Task Master view within our application. Here you'll see that we're running with an empty database. There's no tasks currently in our backend, and we're going to be doing the work as a task master, as a manager, of creating a new task that needs to be assigned to someone. We will work and create the task title and then the task description. And whenever we're done creating this task, it will be pushed to the database and will be shared among all users. So now we'll go over to the right device, open up the Taskmaster view, and we'll see that the task that was just created is now on both devices. Now that a task has been added to the list of a task that we need to run a lottery for to assign, we will go to the user side and see these unassigned tasks that the lotteries haven't been ran. We'll go over to the lottery side. You'll notice that my tasks were empty, and we'll submit an entry for the lottery. Basically saying whenever that lottery is ran, our user will be the only user that is possible to be picked for that task. Now that we have someone assigned to the lottery as a potential user for the task, it's time to run the lottery as a manager. We want someone to actually start working on this task. So the manager will go to the Taskmaster view, type in the task ID into the text edit field, and run the lottery. And the backend will assign it to a user, which is Yosemite Sam, which is the same user on the right Android phone. Now that the lottery has been ran and the task has been assigned to our right Android device, we're going to open up Voluntold and look at the list of my tasks in the recycler view. You'll notice that it's no longer empty and there is a task that has just been assigned to this user. Also, we'll check out lotteries and we'll see that that is empty and there are no tasks to be assigned. Additionally, available tokens is now 1 and no longer 0. A token is given to the user whenever a task is granted to them. And to mark a task complete, you can swipe it to the left and it will gray out and put a line through the text. Now we're going to show you a new example. This is going to have multiple tasks and will have multiple users, and it will be randomly assigned to the lottery. So in the background, we went ahead and added tasks 2 through 6. You'll see that those tasks are there, and we'll go on the right device and on the left device. And for tasks 2, 3, and 4, we will assign each user, the left and the right user, to these lotteries. Now on the left device, we are going to act as a manager and a taskmaster, and we are going to run the lotteries for tasks 2, 3, and 4 to assign these tasks. Task 2 is just assigned to the left user, Wile E. Coyote, and as we're running task 3, you'll notice that we have a bit of a buffering issue, some connection issues to the backend. And this is really just evidence that we are really connecting to the back end. A pop-up will say that the task has already been assigned, and that's because the Android device is running multiple pings to the API. Potentially one API worked, and then another API ran after the first one had worked. So it had already been assigned, but it still worked. Wile E. Coyote is signed, and the fourth one ran, and Wile E. Coyote also got that one. So kind of unlucky. The left user got task 2, 3, and 4, and you'll see that the right user still has task 1. Now we're going to demonstrate how task tokens play a role. Task tokens can be used to sway the odds in your favor in a lottery and not get a task assigned to you. So our left user just got 3 task tokens because he had an unlucky day. So he's going to go to the lotteries, see that task 5 is about to be assigned, and he's going to submit task tokens to not get this. The most task tokens you can submit on a task for the lottery is 2. 2 gives you a 95% chance of not being picked for the task. 1 gives you about a 45% chance. So he's going to go ahead and submit 2 tokens into this lottery. Our right user will also just submit for the lottery without submitting any tokens. And then we'll go over to the left user, and he'll act as a manager and a taskmaster and run the lottery for task number 5. You'll see that it got assigned to Yosemite Sam, which is the right user. So task tokens add a game aspect to assigning tasks and being able to not be assigned for certain tasks. Let's demonstrate how the user system can be unregistered and you can log out. So we're going to go onto the left device and onto the right device, and we're going to select the unregistered button. This will clear your application of your unique ID name and registration status. And then we're going to go over to the Voluntold layout, and we're going to view My Tasks. There we'll see that My Tasks are empty because we are no longer registered to a user, and that we are actually pulling these tasks from the backend, and they are populated here depending on the user state. Now we're going to show proof that mutable shared state has been implemented on this device as per the request of this final project. So we are starting out with a clean slate. There are no users and no tasks currently in the database or in the backend. And we have 2 separate devices here. So we are going to start in Taskmaster and create a task on the left device. We'll create a task with the title and then the description, and then whenever we publish this task, it will also populate on the right device because of the mutable shared state. It actually even populated before it showed it on the left device, so it was very fast. And to prove that this wasn't just working in one direction, we're going to show the same process on the right device and it populating on the left device. So this is a mutable shared state brought to you by Firebase Cloud Messaging. There we go. So you see that it's creating tasks and it's working on both devices instantly. If you want to delete a task, you can swipe it to the left and it will delete the task. Additionally, we have these two buttons on the bottom, Purge Database and Fill Database. This is something that's very useful for testing our application. Whenever you click the Fill Database, it will auto-populate a list of tasks and a list of users that you can play around with. And you'll see that this is still working with Mutable Shared State. As you swipe to delete tasks, the task will delete on all devices that are running our application. And this concludes our demo for our Classis Gradus Voluntold application for Android programming, our final project. Thank you so much for watching this. I really hope you enjoy our application, and goodbye.